Welcome back to Pemberley Farm. Well, if you'll remember, in our last biscuit video, we made the 2 ingredient biscuits that's all over the internet, and we were pretty impressed with how they turned out. I really was, surprised about how well they turned out. But today we're going to make my Granny's Cathead biscuits. Now, we're using, again, self-rising flour to make it simple for everybody. We're using buttermilk, and I didn't have enough buttermilk, so I did regular milk with a little bit of buttermilk I had and some vinegar to kind of make buttermilk. And now in the old days, she would have used like all-purpose flour, and she would have added salt and baking powder to it, maybe even baking soda, depending on, everybody made them a little bit different. And she would have used lard. And now I have lard. I've rendered lard from our pigs, but I don't have enough here in the house to do this, and so we're going to use Crisco. I know, y'all don't fall over, it'll be all right, okay? If this is the worst we all ever do, and I don't do it very often. It's been a good long while since I made my Granny's Cathead biscuits. So anyway, so what I've done is I've put the self-rising flour in here, and I've made kind of a well, and that's what you're going to do. And what I do is I take the shortening and I put it in my hand, and I kind of get it warm. This wants to be a little crumbly, more than usual. But anyway, so I put it in my hand, and I get it warm, kind of make a little ball of it, maybe add some more to it. I've already greased my skillet, my cast iron skillet. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the buttermilk in my well. Now I know this sounds crazy, but I can put my hands under excessively hot water and it not bother me. But really something cold just kills my hands. So if I have to take them out for a minute and just take a breath, that's why. I've had it out for a little while, but probably not long enough, so we'll see. So then what I start doing is I just start kind of kneading it, but not, and gathering up the flour. Just gathering up the flour. Gonna add some more. And that's our oven telling us that it's hot. And so I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. I'm just gathering up the flour. Kind of like you would a bread dough, kind of a regular bread dough. You're kind of making a ball. I told you in the last video, I don't roll out things and cut them. I just pinch them off. That's the way Granny did it. And I'll tell you again, she made the best biscuits that ever were. When I was a little girl, you had the obligatory hug everybody. Well, after that, the first thing I did was go to the pie safe in the kitchen, and her kitchen went all the way across the back of the house, and all she ever cooked on was a wood cook stove. Now she had a little bit of power in the house, but not much, just one light bulb in every room, and she had a fireplace in the living room and the wood cook stove in her big kitchen, and that was even all the heat they had. Now, I'm old, but still, that was pretty amazing for, for that time. So anyway, so I would go back there and I would get the biscuit, and I'd go outside and I'd sit on the rail fence where the mule was, because the mule liked biscuits too, and the mule wanted some of my biscuits, and I was mean to him. I wouldn't give it to him, but I would eat it in front of him. So wasn't I mean? That was mean. I think of that now. But anyway, so basically we've just made a ball here. We've just made a ball. So what I'm going to do is, just like I did on the last one, get some, except my hands are a bigger mess than this one. I need bigger biscuits. And I'm just going to form the biscuits, and then I'm going to put them in the pan. That's all there is to it. So if, this is basically, if you don't count the salt and the baking powder, This is basically a 3-ingredient biscuit because all it is buttermilk and shortening and flour. That's all there is to it. So anyway, Abby wants to help. I don't know that you can do these, baby. This dough is a little different than what we had before. But I'll let you help eat them. How's that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Abby really wanted to help this time. But this dough is not quite as easy to work with as the other. And like I said, it's been a long, long time since I've made them. So, hey, we'll see how they turn out. Well, whatever they do, however they look, they'll turn out, they'll be good to eat. And generally, I might make them a little, I would do it in a bigger bowl and make them a little bigger. But I was trying to do it in a glass bowl so you could see. And so that's why I'm making them smaller and not as many. So anyway, usually I have to do 2 bakers. When I do a big thing of Cathead biscuits, I do 2 bakers of biscuits. Always in cast iron. Always in cast iron. So anyway, I'm going to clean my hands up. Like this makes a bit more mess on your hands than the 2-ingredient biscuits. But this is what I was raised eating. This is what I was, you know, when I first learned how to make biscuits, this is what I used. This is what I did. And so anyway, we'll be back when they're done and we'll taste of them. Well, we've got our little helper back with us. Even though I wouldn't let her help make the biscuits, she wanted to help do the taste testing. So, as you'll see, we have our biscuits come out of the oven. They're still very hot. And I want to talk a minute before we do our taste test about the flour. You see that I did not use up all the flour. Oh, Amelia's not happy. But anyway, I didn't use up all the flour, and there may be a little crumb or two from me making the biscuits. So what I do is I let the flour sit for several hours, and these little crumbs get hard, and then I just sift it. I just put it like, I don't even do a sifter like this. I just put it like in a sieve, and then the little crumbs stay out, and then I can use this flour. And so it doesn't go to waste. I don't throw it away. All right, so now we're going to look at our biscuits. Now they're still kind of hot. They didn't rise quite as high because there's so many, I mean there's not very many in the pan. The other thing is, it's been quite a while since I've made these and I didn't have them on a high enough temperature at the beginning. So when you're making something that you want to rise up high, a lot of times if you have it on a higher temperature, it rises up fast. That's like muffins. That you know, you do it on a little higher temperature so they rise up fast and tall. So anyway, so we're just going to put some butter on it. Will that be okay, Abby?
Yeah.
Put some butter on it. All right, and stick that in there. That would be okay. All right. And I think what we'll do though is we're just going to taste of it. Pretty good. Pretty good. Blow. Kind of hot. How do you like them compared to the others? Any opinion? You like them? I have to say I like these a little better. Now the others are easier. I will give them that. All you have to do is put the whipping cream, the heavy whipping cream, and self-rising flour together. So those are a little bit easier. You don't have as much mess in your hands because you're using up all of the flour. But if you've got a little more time, now as far as measurements, there are none. I just put flour in the thing. I just got me a handful of shortening and I just put buttermilk in there till it felt right. I'm so sorry. Don't you just really not like it when people do that? But that's the way I've always done it. My daughter's over behind the camera shaking her head that she doesn't like that. So, and there's really no stirring. You just, you know, after the initial, you know, you just are stirring it and incorporating the flour. That's all you're doing. So it's really easy. It's just 3 ingredients if you're using self-rising flour. I like them a little better. Usually they rise a little higher, but like I said, there weren't that many in the pan. And I forgot to put them up on the high, quick start to begin with. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed our biscuit videos. Abby and I are going to enjoy eating them with some lunch in a few minutes, and maybe with some strawberry jam. I think we've decided that would be what we would like to have. So I think Abby and I are going to have breakfast for lunch, maybe some eggs and biscuits and strawberry jam. I think that would be good. I thank you so much for following along on our journey and watching Miss Abby as she learns to do things. And again, I said before, teaching our kids is an important thing about some of the old ways of doing things. So don't get too busy that you can't teach them, because they are the future. And for our future to be bright, they need to know things. And so I thank you for watching again. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Subscribing and sharing our videos helps our channel to grow. And we've got a lot of good things coming up that we're excited for you to be part of. So I thank you for watching, and bless you from Pemberley Farm.